Hey, welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to talk about my first firearm purchase. So I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and my dad wasn't too keen on having a gun in the house. And he really didn't like me playing with toy guns either. Neither did my mom, but regardless, I shot my first gun when I went to basic training in 1999. After basic training and AIT, my first duty station was Fort Hood, Texas. And I ended up running into another Blackhawk crew chief mechanic there, and we became pretty good friends. His name was Obed. And one time me and Obed went to a pretty big pawn shop just outside of Fort Hood. Don't know if it's still there. I don't know what it's called. But we went there and we saw, all the guns they had in the case and all the rifles they had up on the wall. And at that point, when I first started my military career, I really wanted to be a sniper. I didn't understand that being an aviation, being a mechanic, a Blackhawk mechanic, crew chief, kind of stopped me from going to sniper school or aspiring to be a sniper and all that stuff, right? But I still liked it. Like my idol growing up was Carlos Hathcock, White Feather. I just really liked the books that I read about his exploits in Vietnam. But anyways, me and Obed go to that pawn shop / gun store, and we see all the guns in the case and see all the rifles and all the stuff on the wall. And the first thing that catches my eye was what I thought was an SVD Dragunov up there on the wall. Turns out it was only a Romanian PSL, but I didn't know that at the time. Now, the Romanian PSL looks similar to the Dragunov, but it's not. It's based off the RPK, a little bit larger, but the Dragunov has a different receiver, has an adjustable gas block there, and overall it was actually designed by Dragunov to be an accurate rifle. Maybe not a precision sniper rifle per se, but a competent marksman's rifle. But anyways, I see that PSL up there and I'm like, oh, that's what I want. I'm not sure, but I think Obed wanted it too at the same time. Well, I didn't have the money to pay for it right then, so I went and put it on a little layaway system. I think so did Obed, and it was taking us a little bit too long. We wanted to go out there and we wanted to get our first gun and we wanted to shoot. So maybe a month later we go back to that pawn shop / gun store, and we take what we had already put on those PSLs and we take the money and we put it on different rifles. And I ended up choosing a Remington 700 PSS, the police sniper system, and I forget which one he chose. It was another bolt action rifle. And when the guy asked me, he's like, okay, you want this? This is a good gun. It's a good base for it. What caliber would you like? I was like, oh, what calibers you got? Now, mind you, this is my first gun purchase, and I know very little about guns, and especially calibers, right? And I asked the guy, okay, what calibers you got? He says, well, we got 223, we got 308, and we got 300 Win Mag. I was like, okay. In my head, I'm thinking 223. I know that's like the civilian version of 5.56, which is, what we have in our M4s and M16s. I was like, yeah, that's a little bit small. Then I think about 308. I know that that's the civilian version of 7.62, M60 and M240s. So I'm like, that might be a little bit big, because at 300, I'm thinking it goes up by number, right? So you got 223, you got 308, but then 300, that's a little bit less than 308. So I was like, give me that 300 Win. And the guy looks at me, he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, give me a 300 Win Mag. So the guy behind the counter, he's like, hold on, I got one thing I want to show you. So he goes in the back. Apparently he went in the back, he got one 223, one 308, and one 300 Win Mag round to show me. And he comes out, he's like, okay, I just want to show you something, okay? I mean, he didn't call me out as being a gun guy noob, but I was. So he's like, hey, here's the 223. He puts it on the counter in front of me. I'm like, yeah. He goes, here's the 308. He puts it on the counter in front of me. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then he takes out a 300 Win Mag and he drops it in front of me. And I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. In my head, I was like, I may have messed up. But I didn't want to look like a little bitch, like I didn't know what I was talking about. So I said, yep, 300, that's what I want. And he again asked me, because I think he saw on my face the, oh shit. But anyways, he asked me again, are you sure you want 300 Win Mag? And I stuck to my guns. I was like, yeah, I told you I want a 300 Win Mag. That's what I want. He's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you 2 boxes on the house. The 2 boxes he gave to me were 200 grain bullets, and it put a hurting on my shoulder pretty bad. Like, I was begging people, hey, because I lived in the barracks at the time, so I couldn't bring my rifle back or the ammo. So I'm asking people, hey, you want to shoot my gun? Go ahead, shoot it. It's awesome. Go ahead and shoot it. Didn't get enough people to shoot all 40 rounds, so I ended up shooting the rest, and my shoulder was pretty black and blue for about 4 or 5 days. And that's the story of my first gun purchase. Thought it was pretty funny, trying to come up with more content for you guys to consume on my channel. With everything going on in the world, COVID and all that stuff, and personal life and the work that I do outside of YouTube, the freelance video work that I do, it's kind of hard to get in here and do stuff. But I figured I'd start to do videos like this, which take less time in editing. I'm not doing all the nice, cool graphics and animations for you guys. It's just something that I can pop the camera up, turn it on, record, and just talk. Well, I guess that's why this little series is called Let's Talk, right? But I'm going to get into more Army stories, more of these, and I got a couple new videos coming down the pipeline with 223 Wild builds that I did. It's going to be comparing 2 different carbon fiber reinforced barrels, one from BSF and one from Wolfpack Armory. And I'm still waiting on the optic to come in to test those 2 and compare accuracies between the barrels. But other than that, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. The best thing you can do, though, is to share this video if you thought it was informative and funny. And I guess I'll see you next time. Also, if you guys like my content and would like to support it, head on over to ballisticink.com/collections/Fitty_actual and pick up some merch designed by me. It's a great way to support the video production and get something physical in return. I do also have a Patreon account if you'd like to help that way too. Don't forget to stop by the Facebook page because we usually have a fun time there.